How's it going, YouTube? It's Panda time. In this video we have Beelzemon going up against a pretty cool yellow-red sort of like hybrid control deck. So in the past we've seen like yellow Agumon, and this deck has a similar idea, except instead of playing like an Agumon package, this player is playing the Ancient Gray and Promo Agumon to warp into it. I think it's a similar idea, right? Except the difference is that with this type of deck you don't need to get your ties, you don't rely on them, and you can use your stowaways to pick up your Flame Demons and your Agunimons and stuff, so you can actually do the combo, right? So there you can see he's gonna build up in the back, get that Promo Ancient Gray, can just, you know, hold, use the yellow package to clear and draw, and then just get a big punch with the Ancient Gray to close the game out, or something like that, right? We see an early Ogremon, Beelzemon already milling half his deck, as is pretty standard, right? The Tamer as well, some memory to work with, and gonna just play a Psychmon and Animon to pass. Little guys, you know, going wide against the old security decks can be good sometimes. I don't dislike the strategy. So a question is like, when does he go into the Ancient Gray? What is the correct time for it? He doesn't actually have any of this yellow stuff set up, right? He's gonna promote right away, and yeah, swings in the Ancient Gray. It's 3 checks at way too much DP. Pretty much good for the most part. Does hit into a missed memory boost, but yeah, it's fine, it's nothing too bad. Then on deletion, he might be able to play something if he's got it. Gonna set up a Kari to pass. Ancient Gray does die, but yeah, he does get an Agunimon, just an extra body. Could be what he's missing to close the game out. Gonna use the memory boost to get some extra memory to work with. Going into the Beelzemon, clearing the Agunimon. Yeah, see, so you still have the classic like Soe, Edens, Wyverns, that type of stuff, but because you're red you can play Crimson Blades, Gaia Force, some pretty good stuff in there, right? Using the Tamer effect, get some more mills. Opts not to Digimon into the blast mode. First check Gaia Force though, it'd be like that. Okay, it does have so many cards in trash though. Might be thinking of a maybe Chaos Luisthepanda play. Yep, Chaos Luisthepanda. Just get the discount. Still pretty expensive, I would say. Can at least take out one of the Tamers, but he gives over so much memory to the yellow player. I guess the Chaos Luis is like kind of annoying, right? You get double check with the effect twice. Chaos Luis cannot clear level 7s. We do see there is a Susanomon in hand, right? So maybe that's what he's thinking about. Gotta go through the trash. Probably 50 cards in there. The Beelzemon decks do like such a good job of milling. It's crazy how quickly they can mill their deck. It always surprises me like how fast they get to 10 or 20 cards in the trash. Got a lot of memory to work with. Yellow just taking it a bit slow. I wonder if he can get like multiple Ancient Gray combos per game. I guess it's possible, but unlikely, right? Gonna go into a Susano right away. Yeah, gotta do 10. Could be from your hand as well, yeah. And looks like he should have enough. Can then use the Susano to clear. Goodbye, Jet Sylphie. Yeah, get rid of the Chaos Luis and then swing over the Psychmon with it, probably. Or maybe swing at security, I don't know. Oh, no, he's gonna swing over the Psychmon. Okay, I was joking. I was like, why would you swing over Psychmon? But no, I mean, sure, why not, right? Swing over the Psychmon, get that dude out of there, and set up a TK to pass turn. I guess like he feels relatively safe with the Susano. To be fair, like there's no rookie in the back, right? So there's not much that the Beelzemon player can do to interact with Susano. And it's a level 7, so like it's not gonna die to Deathslinger or Chaos Luis or anything like that. So you know what, I actually do like that play. Get rid of the Psychmon. Hard drop a level 5 so that next turn we can do some cool stuff, but Susano swings twice. And that's gonna be game 1 going to yellow-red. How do you guys feel about this yellow-red deck? Let me know in the comments if you guys think it's a good idea. Do you like this better than like the yellow Agumon, for example? Gonna start us off with the Impmon and another Impmon. I mean, that's a good way to get a lot of mills in the early game, right? Plus, chip damage could be relevant. To prevent that, we're going to see the dual Tamer show up. But he's not going to carry, still going to get the mills. Gets the memory from the Deathslinger. All the effects. I mean, if you commit to, yeah, getting the chip damage, might as well just commit and get all the mills, right? Yeah, just like that, he's at 25 cards in trash more than likely. Gets to play a free Immon, gets more mills. Oh no, he gets the Surge. And the Tamer, come on. I guess you can play Tamer to pass turn, right? Not a bad way to win a turn. Put your opponent at 1, they go to 3, but like what's he gonna do with 3 memory? Yeah, like if he wants to do a hybrid play, yeah, he's gonna have to lose his Tamer, right? Does have the Jet Sylphid we'll go into. Still think Jet Sylphid is too limited, but we'll save that topic for another day. Swings at security. No red rookie. I think he only runs the 4-of, to be honest. But yeah, as you can see, the Zoe can like take out the Ancient Grave from the security, which is why like this works, right? You can pick up your red package and then just have the combo in the back. It's kind of interesting, like you can play the yellow hybrid package and you have no need for your babies or anything like that, right? So like technically you could splash in just about anything else. I've definitely seen people try like yellow black, for example, right? We've done yellow Gabubon, yellow Agumon, so you can do a little bit of everything. Gonna go into the Beelzemon. Doesn't actually get the pop though, but at least he does get the memory choke this time around. Sets up an Emblem in the back, and he still has the memory to work with, the memory tamer. So honestly, not that bad. The Jet Sylphie is not super scary. She already did her thing, right? And looks like he definitely does not have a red rookie, which is understandable if he only runs 4 with him, right? Might be scared of blast mode, but I don't know if he's got like an Eden's, or would you like Gaia Force the Beelzemon? Would that be worth it? Gonna swing at security first. Ooh, hits into a Dead or Alive. That is a yikes from me. Dead or Alive in security might actually be the strongest security card in the game, because not only do you get to clear, like I mean you get a body and you get to clear, right? Like you get a free level 5 12k beater and you get to pop something. It's like double the value. I think it's actually the strongest card in security. So I mean with the Chaos Luce, surely that's gonna be game, right? Can tap the Tamer, Digivolve into the blast mode, say goodbye to Boko. That's gonna be checking security for a good amount of hits, I would assume. Gotta count how many cards are in trash. Gets to plant M1 for some reason. There's only 2 checks, I guess not actually that bad. Chaos Lucis swings to another Tamer, but at this point it's fine, right? Like there's just not much else. And reinforced memory, but like okay, now he's got 4 bodies on the board, can play another one before passing. I guess like Crimson Blaze is kind of scary, so maybe like not overextend with Immons. Go into a Dobermon, pass no extra memory. But at this point, I just don't think there's much for red yellow to do, right? Like Crimson Blaze would be good, but then there's nobody to answer the blast mode or anything else. Can get some heal. Jet Sylphie doing Jet Sylphie things. This game he just didn't have access to the red rookie, couldn't go into the Ancient Grave in the back. It definitely does a lot for the deck, right? It's like a nice 13 or I guess 15k beater because he has the baby that can pierce, clear, get a lot of checks, and potentially summon a body on deletion, right? I can actually just go into an Afani one just to get 1 more life gain. And then because of the reinforce, it's still his turn, so I guess he can swing over something. Can crash into the Chaos and then tap the Dual Tamer to at least take out the rookie. Honestly, a really good play. Based on like his poor start, is actually really good. Able to clear 2 of the bodies and get 2 life to work with. The Jet Sylph into a Final One combo is just too strong, right? You actually get so much for that. It's pretty crazy. So really well played, well done. Can I like Gaia Force the blast mode? I guess. That's so expensive though. Get another Jet Sylphie, you can go into another Jet Sylphie. It would cost 3, but still get the recovery. I don't think the dog is like not too scary. You could Wyverns it, I guess. Really, it's the blast mode that's the problem. Here's the question: is, yeah, do you commit a Gaia Force to blast mode? Gonna just Wyverns the dog. He gets to get some mills. Can add a card back. Could take a rookie if he doesn't have one to guarantee that he has like a hatch for next turn. If he had a hybrid, he definitely would just take it. I mean, blast mode is just gonna be swinging for the rest of the checks. And if he has a hybrid, it would be game. If not, he can try and clear the board and set up a lethal for next turn. We've still yet to see a red rookie. Just have to be careful of decking out. Yeah, always when you play this deck, always gotta be wary of decking out potentially, right? Okay, it looks like he's swinging at security. Is gonna be at least 2 checks, might be 3 at this point. Yeah, like okay, so his security is actually pretty good, right? But at this point, like the level 7 just doesn't care. Checks go through. Gonna set up a missed memory. Might be trying to find the hybrid. Hitmon. Ooh, next card was the hybrid. Actually gonna bottom deck it, but because there's only 5 cards left in deck, it's actually not that big a deal, right? You just put it at the top of the deck. Technically there's only 4 cards left in deck, I suppose. I was watching when they recorded, or I was watching as they were playing, and I don't know why he looked at the top card of his deck. I know someone on YouTube's gonna be like, actually, he looked at the top card of his deck, but yeah, he did. It was a mistake though, like it was an honest mistake. I don't know why he did that. As soon as he did that, he was like, I don't know why he did that. So it's all good, you know, like, I want you guys to understand that a lot of these matches we're recording are just like, you know, between friends. Like, yes, we play at pro play games and other big tournaments or in stores, but everyone's cool. The community is awesome. I kind of got sidetracked there, but that is going to be game 2 going to Beelzemon. You know, the blast mode put in a lot of work. He went to a Beelze to clear, and then he had essentially guaranteed game, and we knew that he was going to pick up the hybrid the next turn, right? So really good back and forth sets so far. Going into game 3 here, we're going to see the Digimon. Memory chugging to 1, a pretty solid start. His thing is showing he opened like triple Deathslinger, which is less than ideal. Definitely a card you'd rather see in your security and or deck. It's kind of funny how that works, right? Goes into a Black Roll to pass turn and then has to pass. Just gonna let the Flamemon swing for damage and then hard drop in the Casamon. So you can, based on this type of play, you can imagine what type of hand the yellow player has. Essentially a bunch of removal, right? So what is the correct answer to this? I think going wide with the Digiburst is a good start for sure. And if he goes into a Beelzemon, you could pop the Casamon and feel pretty good about that, I think. Gonna go into a Debbie. And then use the Deathslinger to clear. I guess he doesn't have the Beelze just yet, because that would have been so clean. But yeah, by answering the Casamon, he ensures there's no yellow stores. So now there can't be like a Wyverns or a Edens or anything like that. Gonna set up the Dual Tamer to pass turn, but because, you know, he did chip damage with the Flamemon early on, it's gonna be harder for the Dual Tamer to get some value. I guess just a turn for both of them to set up their Tamers. I don't actually know the name of the purple Tamers, but they're pretty alright. Letting you warp into the blast mode is not a bad effect. Okay, now we see some yellow cards, right? With the Tamer, can now play the Edens. It's a good answer to the Black Growl for sure, but at least Black Growl gave him an extra body, so not the worst. Gonna go into a Skull Sadamon and take back a Demon Lord, aka Beelzemon. Looks like he doesn't have a target though, sadly. At least finds a rookie for the back. I wonder if at this point, like, you should be just swinging with your Skull Sadamon, for example. Like, 7k is relatively safe. Like, sure, there's 7 security that could kill it, but like, well, I guess he doesn't want to proc the Dual Tamer. It wouldn't just yet, right? But like, if you don't have your level 6, which based on the look of, you know, the game, he doesn't. Like, well, what is the game plan, right? The yellow security could be pretty scary as always, especially after the Zoe and TK effects, right? Okay, well, if he has the Beelze now, he can still do some cool stuff. There's not a lot for him to clear though. There's one in trash. The dog survives actually, funny enough. But it's not the worst, right? Like, you're okay with the dog getting chip damage. It's kind of meant to die, and they're gonna just hard play another dog. Yeah, so doesn't want to put him at below 4 security. That way they're equal in security, and the Dual Tamer does not pass over extra memory. We saw in game 1 the Ancient Grave package come out and do some work, but since then we really haven't seen it, right? Like on this game he got a little bit of chip damage with Run Flamemon, but we have not seen the Promo Goonie or the Ancient Grave since then. So it kind of feels like it's just like a scuffed yellow hybrid, I guess. But he does have access to red options, and I guess to be fair, like those put in work. Crimson Blaze is a hell of a card. And you know, sometimes you just need a clean old Gaia Force. And hey, there's the Crimson Blaze, gonna clear both the dogs. So he actually gets so many effects here, right? Gotta resolve everything in order though. So you get the dog effect, you gotta fully resolve the dog before you do anything else, I'm pretty sure. Takes a Beelze back for something. Okay, get some mills. Into another Beelze, you could get another pop. Yep. We're gonna assume that he's doing this properly, you know. It's kind of hard sometimes when it goes by so quickly. You know, I'm assuming he's doing the correct sequence of events there. Yeah, and taking the inbound back as well from the dog effect. The Skull Sadamon has just been chilling there. Not really doing anything just yet. I guess he's just waiting for the right opportunity. Finally gonna go to the Beelzemon. Does get the mill. Can choose not to mill with the inbound, right? It's a you may effect, I'm pretty sure. And gonna swing. Looks like opting to go into the blast mode. Does definitely have to be careful about how many cards are left in his deck. He's milling so much. Now, that means that the blast mode would check for like 15 checks, but that first check Gaia Force is gonna say no, and that's kind of sad, honestly. Really, really sad. That blast mode could have done so much work, as we saw in the previous game. And now, no more blast mode, nothing to worry about. Gonna go into the classic Jet Sylphie Ophanimon double heal. He's given up on the dual tamer, but it's definitely the correct play, because like now there's nothing for him to worry about. And because, you know, the Beelzemon player has gone through so much of his deck, it's like very hard for him to be able to do enough damage before he decks out. Like another blast mode play is likely impossible at this point, right? I guess it could be like Inbound Warp, Beelzemon, then blast mode, right? Something like that. But even so, going up to 5 security means that that likely is not going to be enough. And by then, he might just be decking out. So when you play against the Beelzemon deck, definitely consider decking them out. It is a very viable mechanician. We're going to see if Beelzemon player could do anything else to come back though. Another Jet Sylphie. Why not? Just add a little bit more heal. Yeah, at this point, like the yellow player doesn't have to swing or do anything. It's really onto the Beelzemon player to make a proactive play and find a way to clear the game out. Makes me wonder if, for you guys that play Beelzemon, how about playing a bench Kidmon? I mean, I guess like if you play one, you might just mill it anyway, right? But in cases like this, it would actually be so good. Gonna go with a Dead or Alive, pretty expensive. Brings that Chaos Lucid, you can then pop. I mean, Chaos Lucid is okay, he can go into it level 6. And we just need to see a blast mode, right? It's like the only way at this point that he's gonna win the game. Finally gonna go into the Promo Goonie in the back. I don't know if he has the Ancient Grey or not. Like I said though, he doesn't actually have to push for damage at this point. As long as he just clears whatever's played, I think it's good enough. He's got a Gaia Force, you can just Gaia Force the Chaos Lucid. Plus he also plays Susano, right? To ensure that he will always win the deck out war. Good old Pokemon still doing some work. Can you clear the Chaos Lucid? Might not have enough cards in hand for like a Wyverns, I mean an Edens. I don't think we've actually seen Wyverns, to be honest. I guess if you're playing one expensive spell and you could choose between red or yellow, you might as well just play Gaia Force, right? Okay, say goodbye to Dual Tamer. And gotta go into a TK to pass turn. At least get some value out of the Boku this way. I mean, he still could set up for game, right? Like Ancient Grey could swing next turn for 3 checks and then hybrid for game. It's not like he has to go for the deck out, so I kind of like this strategy. It does let the Chaos Lucid survive though, which invites one more potential blast mode. You can go Beelzemon, clear the Boko, swing, go blast mode, and then that would be like maybe 3 or 4 checks. Question is, would that be enough? Looks like he doesn't have the Beelzemon though, so I guess the answer is no, it's not enough. Gonna go to the Beelzemon to clear the Boko, just go a little bit wide, not gonna be swinging with the Chaos Lucid. Trying to be safe, but I don't know if he's got the time to be safe. Sometimes you have to take the risk, like, you know, how is he gonna win this game? It looks like there's like barely any cards left in his deck. It's a shame that that blast mode got hit with the Gaia Force on the first check. Ancient Grey swinging, and at this point he doesn't have enough memory to go into a yellow hybrid for game because, you know, there is no Hammer Spark or anything like that. Blitz Omni would win the game. I can't imagine he plays a Blitz Omni knowing that the deck plays Susano though, right? But honestly, this is good enough pressure, I think. He has so much security, he doesn't really feel too scared. Probably should at least clear either the Chaos Lucid or the Beelzemon. I feel like that would be acceptable just for relative safety. There's a point where like you want to make sure you don't throw the game. You have a very clear lead. You want to make sure you close out the set. Double checking how many cards are in trash. There's way too many. Basically the whole deck, right? The blast mode has to be plus 3 checks, I would assume. But even with plus 3 checks, it doesn't win the game. It really doesn't. Which is kind of sad. And Crimson Blaze just to clear the Immon. I'm gonna get something off the board. On deletion, you could play another Flamon just to have a body on the board. It's unlikely that Flamon would survive. But at this point, we could assume that next turn he just has yellow hybrid for game anyway, right? So really just forcing the Beelzemon player to have an answer. And to be fair, he does have missed memory to work with, a level 5 and a level 6. And I have to assume there's a blast mode in the trash, right? Maybe there isn't. Thinking about what he wants to do for the turn. He could Chaos Lucid pop the TK to not die. Yeah, he's gonna go to the blast mode. I mean, at some point you have to check, right? But that's the last card in his deck. So he has to win this turn. That might be 4 checks, but it's just not enough, right? Also, Tamer is tapped, so can't have hybrid for game. But even with a hybrid, it wouldn't be enough. There's another guy force. Chaos Lucis out of there. All the checks go through. Still have 2 security left. Chaos Lucid can clear a Tamer. But with no cards left in his deck, yellow hybrid can just pass, and that's gonna be game. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Thank you guys so much for watching.